Hey, Melinda. I think it is a fair bit past when the doctor said you were going to be due for delivery. Did you have the baby already? I just haven't been able to get in touch for something like 10 days now, and I'm getting a little worried. You know how sorry I am that I can't be there in person right now. Your wife and child have passed away. Sorry, what? Melinda? Good evening, sir. I am the doctor in charge of your wife's case. I apologize for contacting you through her phone. I was actually just thinking that I would have to contact you soon, though. Okay. And something happened, I take it? I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your wife passed away not long ago. What? But how? What happened? I don't understand. It was very sudden and we were taken by surprise. I am afraid that your child did not make it either. I can't believe this. I was so looking forward to getting to hold them in my arms. I understand, sir. I promise you that our staff did everything in our power to try and save them. And Melinda has always been so healthy. Even the doctor said that they had never seen a more perfect pregnancy. How did this all happen? That may have been the case, sir. Unfortunately, many complications can arise during the process of childbirth that can't be foreseen in initial screenings. We are going to begin the process of searching for possible causes soon, though. Do you have any idea what might have caused this? No, not at all. I really have no idea. I'm so shocked. I understand. Sometimes there are cases where we are required to inform the police as well. The police? What can they do about any of this now? Sir, you're currently overseas, correct? Do you have a return date in mind? Well, I have to get home as soon as I can now. I'll have to buy new tickets, but the protest at the airport is keeping any flights from leaving right now. I can't say right now when I'll be back in the country. I see. And is that the excuse you would like me to report? Excuse? What are you talking about? I literally can't leave the country. Look it up online. The airport is closed where I am and I can't leave. I'm afraid that in this case, I will have no choice but to call the police and inform them of this. Why do you have to call the police? What good is that going to do? Well, you see, some of the doctors are suspicious that you might have been the cause of your wife's untimely passing. What? Me? You think I had something to do with this? Your reaction betrays your attempts to deny it. What the hell are you talking about? Are you really trying to accuse me of killing my own wife? It appears that your wife was going through several ordeals while she was pregnant. Ordeals? What do you mean by that? Well, for one, when someone is pregnant, they need to be sure they are intaking sufficient nutrients. It appears that your wife was not doing so. That isn't true, though. We were extra careful with everything that she put in her body while she was pregnant. And if she ever had any really serious cravings, there were times where I would go out in the middle of the night to get what she was hungry for. I would go to grocery stores or gas stations until I found what she wanted. Are you sure about that? We believe that you might have been leaving the house to see another woman. And is it also true that you purposely gave your wife heavy things to carry around the house? Of course I didn't do that. And just what proof do you have for any of these accusations? Well, your wife appears to be showing signs of stress and muscle damage on her arms. Are you talking about the scar? She got that from falling years ago. Well, that isn't what she wrote in her diary. Her diary? Why the hell do you have my wife's diary? So you know about what she wrote down then? Of course I don't. Who goes around reading other people's diaries? Her parents are saying they don't want to make a big deal out of this. I am afraid that is just another red flag which we will need to report to the police. Her parents? Are they there? What are they doing? They are here mourning their daughter. All right, well, if they are really there, then I want to speak to them. I'll call and I want you to put them on the phone for me. I am afraid that they are very busy with funeral preparations and aren't available to talk right now. Besides, they are both in shock and in no state to be talking to their daughter's potential killer. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. But I can't believe that my wife and child, they're really gone. I think that you should be hearing from her lawyer shortly. Please stay by your phone. What is even happening anymore? I thought I was going to be a dad soon. Then, one day, I got horrible news that I never thought I'd have to hear. Both my wife and child died during childbirth. Not only that, but the doctor told me that I was suspected as having played a role in their deaths. My name is John, and I am 34 years old. My job sends me abroad frequently, so there are many times when I am not in the US. I had hoped to be back in the country to make it for the birth of my child, but local circumstances prevent me from doing so. My wife went back to her parents' house to prepare for having the baby. Everything was ready and nothing should have gone wrong. We were looking forward to being parents together. But with the airports closed, I have no idea when I will be able to return home now. I tried messaging Melinda several times leading up to the birth and after the due date, but for some reason she wasn't answering me. And when I finally got a message back, it was her doctor. I wish this were a dream, but I'm not so lucky. Despite all of this, I never expected what happened next. Good day, sir. If you do not wish to be taken to court, I hereby request a payment of $50,000 USD. Excuse me? Who am I talking to now? This is the lawyer representing the estate of the late Melinda Brown. You are on the cusp of being pursued legally for your part in the deaths of your wife and child. And just who is demanding these payments? That would be the parents of the deceased. I'm sorry, I really am not following right now. Basically, you are under suspicion of having a role in the death of your wife and child. Mrs. Brown's parents are considering charging you if you choose not to settle this out of court. So, you mean they buy into this dumb story too? I didn't even do anything. Neither of Mrs. Brown's parents wish to turn this into a full-blown investigation and strongly urge you to settle with them outside of court. Consider this a kind of compensation for their loss. Compensation for what? What did I even do? Well, one charge that we are prepared to bring against you is that you didn't give your wife any money to buy food. Because of that, your wife was not able to eat enough while she was pregnant. You also ordered her to lift and move heavy objects several different times throughout her pregnancy, which resulted in an injury. But I never did anything like that. I have been trying to explain that. I am afraid that we have proof otherwise. Not just of those, but other crimes too. We have proof of you throwing out your wife's food because you didn't like it. Or throwing rags at her when she told you she couldn't clean. That's not true. I never did anything like that. Well, your wife dutifully recorded these events in her diary with dates and times. There has to be some kind of mistake here. I really didn't do anything. Being pregnant under those kinds of conditions must have been very difficult for your wife. That kind of stress could not have been good for her or her child. And the source of that stress appears to be you. But I don't get it. Why would she write things like that about me in her diary? She must have wanted to leave some kind of evidence against you in case this happened. But none of that is true. I don't get why she would do such a thing. In any case, her parents are asking for $50,000 to settle this out of court. They will accept a wire transfer since you are currently in a different country. Well, I can wire them the money from here, but I would prefer to handle this once I return to the US. To be honest, I don't think I can take any of these messages at face value. Her parents aren't going to wait for that. They said that they want the money now, or else we will move ahead with legal action. Do you understand? They will call the police, and you will be extradited for your crimes. Well, this is just all so sudden. If they report you to the police, you are going to be an international criminal. If you even try to return home, you will be arrested at the airport. But none of this is true. I didn't do anything, I swear. When are you going to transfer the $50,000? Your wife's parents are serious about going to the police. If you think this is some sort of game, you will find that you are sorely mistaken. Look, I just want to handle this once I'm back home, okay? You need to understand that it is all your fault that your wife and child are dead, okay? That isn't fair. I'm not sure that I believe that. I don't think that I did anything wrong. You did everything wrong! Don't you get it? You should have just given your wife more money when she asked for it. What does that have to do with anything? How would that have changed things? She could have bought food when she was hungry, for one. I suppose that is true, yes. Although I was under the impression that she wanted money to spend on other things. What do you mean? What other things are you talking about? She probably wanted to buy many things. Surely you can't blame your wife for that, right? Well, I just don't really see why she needed all the expensive handbags and clothes that she was asking for. Do you really think that it was right to not even allow her some of those things? How can you even be talking about your dead wife this way? Oh, really? Because I am pretty sure that while I was out on one of my business trips, my wife went to a club, found someone, and got pregnant with their baby. What do you mean? I mean that my kid has blonde hair. No one in my family or Melinda's has ever been blonde. So I think that someone is lying to me about my wife being dead and trying to get me to pay out for something that I didn't do. Wait, how do you know about the blonde hair? How do you think, Mr. Lawyer? What was your name again, by the way?
Okay, oopsie. So you found me out.
I was suspicious for a while, actually. But you seem to be awfully chipper for just having given birth.
Well, pushing a human out of my body was rough for sure. I had contractions for 12 hours. I really thought that I was going to die for a few moments there.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Oh wait, I don't have to anymore.
But now that this baby is here, all it does is cry. And she won't stay asleep. I am being run ragged.
Man, raising a kid sure is hard work. Did you really expect it to be anything else?
Well, I just think that you and I have a lot of catching up to do once you get back home. Not about anything we've been talking about here, though.
Oh, really? Because I've talked to doctors and lawyers, both using your number. I was accused of killing you and then told that I would have to pay $50,000 or else.
What? Really? Wow, that is so crazy.
But I knew deep down that it was you the whole time.
So you figured it out. But you have to admit that I am a pretty good actress, right? You were really fooled for a while there.
Yes, of course I believed what was happening at first.
Maybe I should try out at a couple of auditions or something. Okay, well, tell me when you're back. We will talk then.
I'm actually already back.
Wait, what? I thought you said that the airport was closed and that there was no way out.
Well, 2 days ago, the government gave in to the protesters' demands and nationalized the whole operation.
Well, you should have told me that you were coming back sooner. I totally can't wait to see you.
I already went to your parents' house, you know. And I was really, really surprised.
Are you still there right now?
That's right, I am. I actually came here to offer my condolences and talk to your folks in person. But when I came wearing my suit and black tie with flowers, they had no idea what I was talking about. In fact, when I told them that you had died, they started to panic.
Well, what did you have to go and tell them something like that for?
What do you mean? I thought that you were dead. Just get back here right now.
I'm not going there. My parents are going to be pissed at me. I can never go home again.
Of course they are going to be mad at you. Not only did they think you died and then didn't all in the span of a minute, but they also want to know who the father of their grandchild is.
The father of their grandchild? What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean.
Oh, right. Well, you know, a lot happens when I go out, and... Well, I just think the important thing is that the baby is alive and well. And now the two of us can raise this little girl together.
A lot happens. Do you even know who the father is?
Well, since we were married, you're legally considered the father until proven otherwise, at least. I know how excited you were to finally have this kid with me. How does it feel to know that you are finally a daddy?
I was looking forward to it, yes. But I was looking forward to raising my own child.
Yeah. I really didn't see the blonde baby thing coming. I really hoped that it would have come out with darker hair.
So you just plan to never tell me that the kid wasn't mine and let me keep believing it?
That or make you pay the 50 grand. I thought that it would have been enough for us to live off of for at least a little bit.
And what was all that talk about me not giving you any food?
Well, that was obviously just me lying. You were always so sweet about going to get whatever food I wanted whenever I asked for it.
That's right. I did it so much, in fact, that the doctor was almost worried that you were putting on too much weight for a little bit.
Well, can you blame me? I was going through a lot of stress then.
You put me through a lot of stress. Do you even realize it? You get over here right now and bring some divorce papers with you.
Divorce papers? For what?
For what? What do you think? So that I can divorce you.
But if we divorce, then how am I supposed to get by?
You figure that out yourself. I want you out of my life.
Okay then. You pay me the $50,000 and then we can divorce. How does that sound?
You still really think that I'm going to pay you?
Ugh, God, you always were a huge cheapskate.
You know, your parents have been apologizing for the last hour over the nonsense that you put me through. Do you really not feel bad for them either?
Oh, come on! You all are taking this way too seriously! It was just a little prank! Everyone is fine. The kid and I are alive and well. No harm, no foul, right?
I'm glad the kid is okay. But you have a world of consequences coming your way. You know, if you had just been honest with me from the start, I might have been able to stand your betrayal. I could have even raised the kid as my own. But you never showed any kind of remorse ever.
Well, what is the point in apologizing? What's done is done. It isn't going to change anything.
Well, thanks to your actions, my lawyers are telling me that the divorce is going to be open and shut and you'll probably end up owing me about $50,000. Are you ready to pay me now?
Wait, what? That much money? Well, in that case, of course I'm sorry.
And don't think that I'm not going to sue you for your fraud either.
Are you serious right now?
That's right. I'm actually on my way to the police station right now to file a report against you. And then after all that, I'll go and get the divorce papers myself.
No, please, don't call the cops. Anything but that. I'm sorry, okay? I'm really, really sorry. I screwed up big and I see that now. You understand, right? You'll forgive me, won't you?
Eventually, I convinced Melinda to come back and we signed our divorce papers in front of her parents at their house. It was only because they begged me so much that I agreed to drop the police report. After that, Melinda's parents threw her out of the house and said they would never give her any help again. They did, however, agree to take in Melinda's child. In order to pay me the $50,000 that she owed, Melinda had to move into a tiny apartment and begin working several jobs just to make the payments. On the bright side, I am about to be a father. Again. I met my new girlfriend through a friend, and it wasn't long before we got married. Now she is pregnant with my child. I can't wait for the new adventures that lie in store for me.